The first thing he did after his rebirth was drag his girlfriend home to have a baby. The moment that baby was born, 100 kids suddenly appeared at his brother's place, which meant they'd been gone for at least several days. All because in his past life, his own brother had him locked into a 100x return system. There were signs of a struggle on the floor, but no blood. Maybe that was the one silver lining. Every time he made $500, his brother automatically pocketed $50,000. His design barely made the shortlist. His brothers went straight to an international award stage. I just collapsed onto the floor, hit with a wave of confusion and fear unlike anything I'd ever felt. He'd grind through all-nighters just to earn some overtime pay, while his brother sat at home doing absolutely nothing and collected 100x the profit. I had no idea where to even start looking. Just as I sat there completely lost, footsteps sounded outside the door. And his parents? They were in on the whole scheme. They pressured him constantly, always pushing him to work harder, get a job, keep hustling. All just so Li Qiang could look successful without lifting a single finger. But after his rebirth, all he could think about was revenge, making Li Qiang feel what it's like to get hit with a 100x backlash. So he ran some bold experiments first, donated 800 ml of blood, held himself underwater until he nearly blacked out, cranked the shower up to scalding hot. He ended up writhing on the floor in pain, screaming, but Li Qiang was totally fine. Guy even threw him an international hand gesture. All that confidence? Gone instantly. But then a question started eating at him. Was this 100x system one-directional? Only passing the good stuff to Li Qiang? And any damage just stayed with him alone? Xiaobo, hurry up and drink your soup. His mom walked in carrying a bowl of chicken soup, face plastered with fake concern. He stared at that warm, loving act and felt nothing but a sick knot in his stomach. His whole life, they had controlled everything he ate. No junk food, nothing from outside the house. Now he finally got it. They were scared anything bad would reflect 100x onto Li Qiang. Meanwhile, Li Qiang was out there partying every night, staying up playing cards, cigarettes, and liquor in hand 24/7. But all that damage just got dumped onto him instead. So he swallowed his anger, quietly finished the soup, and picked up his phone. Right in front of his parents, he called his manager. Calm as ever. Hey, I need to take 3 days off. Got some personal stuff to handle. He hung up, pulled up a delivery app, and went absolutely wild with the order. Before his parents could even react, the delivery guy was already at the door hauling in a mountain of stuff. A whole crate of baijiu, 100 packs of cigarettes, and 100 bags of betel nut. He ignored their shocked faces, hauled everything into his room, lit up 10 cigarettes at once, and took a massive drag. Then he tilted his head back and chugged half a bottle of liquor. Then grabbed a huge fistful of betel nut and started chewing like his life depended on it. The liquor burned all the way down. His face flushed red, the veins in his temples pounding like crazy. Pure, unfiltered satisfaction from the soul. Then he deadbolted his door and gamed on his computer through the entire night. His parents' knocking got louder and louder until they finally kicked the door clean off its hinges. His dad's face had gone purple with rage. He swung and smacked him across the face. Have you completely lost your mind? His mom was yanking the cigarettes and liquor out of his hands while screaming at him to stop destroying his own body. They confiscated everything on the spot, snapped every single cigarette in half, then poured every last drop of liquor down the drain. His dad was shaking with rage, jabbing a finger in his face. Are you possessed or something? Get to the hospital right now and get your stomach pumped. His mom clutched her chest with a disgusted look. This kid is definitely cursed. What a shame for this family. Someone like him doesn't deserve to be called a Li family son. He watched them look at him like they wanted to tear him apart, and just laughed to himself. Because right then, it all clicked. He finally cracked the code on how this 100x system actually worked. He burst out laughing. His parents thought the alcohol had fried his brain. Their disgust only grew. He said calmly, "You're right. I don't deserve it. Because I was never really your son to begin with. Li Qiang is." The moment those words left his mouth, his parents completely lost it. They were speechless for a long moment. Then his mom snapped back and told him to stop talking nonsense. They cared about him. They'd never cut ties with him. He just laughed coldly and left them with one last warning. Tell your precious son to take care of himself. Before they could say another word, he grabbed his things and headed for the door, only to run straight into a stumbling Li Qiang. The guy who used to look full of color and energy, all thanks to him, now looked completely wrecked, barely holding himself up against the wall. He could clearly smell the cigarettes, liquor, and betel nut radiating off him. He'd figured it out. The 100x system had nothing to do with whether the experience was good or bad. What mattered was whether his brain was in an excited state. When he was donating blood, holding himself underwater, scalding himself, his head was full of hatred and resistance. Zero excitement. So the damage couldn't transfer to Li Qiang. But gaming, drinking, smoking, those were things he'd been denied for decades. The craving for them was literally wired into his bones. The second cigarettes, liquor, and betel nut hit his mouth, his brain lit up like a firework. So what transferred to Li Qiang was 100x the damage. He pulled one all-nighter. For Li Qiang, that was like 100 sleepless nights straight. No wonder he looked like death. And it all made sense now. Why, at nearly 30, his foster parents had never let him date. They wouldn't even let him be around girls. They were terrified of him getting excited, scared that once he got a taste, he'd destroy Li Qiang's body. So that's how you're playing it, huh? Using this sick, twisted system to let Li Qiang feed off him out in the open. Fine. If they were that scared of him getting excited, he'd get so hyped it'd break the sky. The moment it all clicked, he stood up straight, barely able to contain the rush. He ignored his foster parents trying to stop him and moved out on the spot. Found a place they'd never tracked down and went completely off the leash. Every day, wake up, order delivery, smoke, drink, game. 30 years of suppressed emotions, all let loose at once. Every sip of liquor, he couldn't help but wonder, was Li Qiang over there rolling around in agony right now too? And just 3 days after he moved out, Li Qiang fully collapsed. He either couldn't wake up during the day or couldn't sleep at night, knocked out cold by 100x the alcohol, rambling nonsense non-stop. He'd always been a messy drunk to begin with, so the second he started drinking over there, Li Qiang would go full blackout mode at the office, grabbing at the girls in the office, and he didn't even spare the boss's wife. Li Qiang stumbled over, grabbed the boss's wife's hand with a creepy grin, and started slurring out a love song. She screamed. The big boss kicked him so hard he flew back 100 feet. But Li Qiang still wasn't giving up. He knew what Li Qiang was waiting for. In 1 year, the system would patch this exploit, and he'd have no way to fight back. But he also knew that smoking and drinking 24/7 would wreck his own body too. So he lay in bed, tossing and turning, until he finally landed on a better idea. Get married and have a kid. He was a 29-year-old guy. Getting married and having a kid was the most natural thing in the world. And the excitement that came with it, way more intense than drinking or smoking ever could be. So he didn't waste a second. He called Xiao Mei, his high school desk mate who'd had a crush on him forever. Xiao Mei, it's Li Bo. If you're single right now, would you marry me? Xiao Mei said yes without a second thought. He handed her every penny he had saved. Just like that, they rushed to get their marriage certificate and moved in together. But just 1 month in, Li Qiang looked like a ghost had drained every drop of life out of him. Hollow cheeks, blank eyes, every single step left him gasping. At work, his hands were shaking so bad his keyboard clacking echoed across the whole office. Multiple times, the boss brought in clients to sign deals, and Li Qiang would randomly go full blackout, rambling like a lunatic. The whole company just stood there in disbelief. Co-workers were whispering to each other, "What is going on with Manager Zhao? He looks like he's been possessed or something." "Nah, I don't think that's it." "Honestly? Looks more like he's high." Finally, that day came. Li Qiang hit his limit. He somehow tracked down his address and showed up at his door, leaning against the frame, face completely pale. And now he was showing up at his door. His voice had a tone he'd never heard from him before. Yeah, but there was no way a couple of soft words. "Hey, little bro, I've been thinking about you ever since you left." Because his master plan had only just begun. "I know you had that big fight with Mom and Dad last time, and found out you were adopted. But please believe me, me and Mom and Dad, we all think of you as real family. You're my actual little brother to me." Watching this guy put on his best performance, he felt a wave of satisfaction wash over him. Li Qiang had been pushing him around since they were kids, always looking down on him.